always from the heart of the city, and now on demand 24/7 on the CHFI website. This is the soundtrack to Somewhere Along the Way. And I'm Don Jackson, around the world on the internet. Robert Browning Hamilton wrote, "I walked a mile with pleasure. She chatted all the way, but left me none the wiser for all she had to say. I walked a mile with sorrow, and narrow words said she. But oh, the things I learned from her when sorrow walked with me." Love has many imposters who would try to trick you into believing they are the true love, the one and the only. But if you go with them on their travels, listen to the timbre of their voices, meet those along the way who have had dealings with them both, you will find that which is not worthy of standing in love's presence. This hour, who we meet and also what we encounter along the way with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Jimmy Ruffin, What Becomes of the Brokenhearted, and Tony Rich, and Nobody Knows. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. I featured this excerpt in a recent broadcast, but it bears repeating this hour. Gary L. Bauer, in Our Journey Home, published by Word, wrote, "Many of us leave home convinced we're going to conquer the world. We are anxious to shuck off the restraints of traditions, cut our own swath, make our own rules. We know we can do it better, make it faster, see it all. Somewhere along the way, we learn we didn't know quite as much as we thought. Our ideas weren't as new as we took them to be. Suddenly, the quaint, homespun wisdom we once rejected takes on new life. The first trip home after such an awakening is a return to reality." Gary L. Bauer from Our Journey Home, published by Word. Lovers and Other Strangers on that journey from iTunes and CHFI.com. Daughtry, Headed Home, and Burton Cummings with Dream. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Christina Georgina Rossetti wrote, "Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. But when the trees bow down their heads, the wind is passing by." Another writer once believed the wind might be nothing more spectacular than angels on the move. Thomas Gray wrote, "Still as they run they look behind. They hear a voice in every wind and snatch a fearful joy." Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Good friends of mine had a chance to see Steve Miller in concert recently and enjoyed a little bit of time in the company of some of the members of the band after the show. Apparently, Steve was taught to play the guitar by the late Les Paul, who passed away just recently. Miller has something like 400 guitars in his collection, and I am now the proud owner of one of his countless guitar picks. We heard Seal and Fly Like an Eagle, Bob Seger, Against the Wind, and Christopher Cross and Ride Like the Wind. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. These are the things I prize and hold of dearest worth. Light of the sapphire skies, peace of the silent hills, shelter of the forests, comfort of the grass, music of birds, murmur of little rills, shadows of clouds that swiftly pass, and after showers, the smell of flowers and of the good brown earth, and best of all, along the way, friendship and mirth. The words of Henry Van Dyke, and the things I prize. It seems appropriate that he wrote of the sapphire, since it's so linked with the month of September. Lovers and Other Strangers, from iTunes and CHFI.com. James Taylor, Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight, and Elton John's Circle of Life. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. This is called The Journey. It's author unknown. If you don't keep walking, you will never get where you're going. Don't wait for someone to stop and carry you. You may weigh them down, and you both could fall. When you think the walk is too steep, press on, for there is no mountain that can't be climbed. When you see someone fall along the way, lend your hand. If someone lends you a hand, reach for it to help you get back up again. Hand in hand, together, each one helping the other, can make this journey as precious as the place that we are all striving for. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Colin James, Into the Mystic, and Miley Cyrus with The Climb. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. This month, we're going to set you on a path that twists and turns, that will take you deep into the heart and soul. And eventually, by the time we make our way out into the sun again, the season will have changed. But it will be a gentle wandering. Along the way, we'll meet up with some fascinating people from our past and present, and see how our paths converge with theirs for a time. We may wander off the beaten track and make our own way for a while. Most often I'll be there to steer us back onto the right course. There is a wonderfully romantic adventure awaiting you, as you'll see during the month of September. With Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.